What's up, guys? My name is Beast Mode, and I want to give you guys some insight today on what I think is a good Call of Duty player. And I'm going to be doing a follow-up video to this on, kind of my 2 cents on how you can become a better Call of Duty player, just some tips and tricks, to become more skillful. And I know some of you guys are going to take this advice to heart. You're going to completely agree with what I have to say, but there's going to be a few, as usual, who probably play a different style than I do. Or just like, this is YouTube. The world feels this need to hate on everything. It's silly, but you gotta accept it for what it is. But nonetheless, guys, I enjoy making videos for you guys, and this is something I want to turn into a beneficial hobby, and I'm gonna speak my mind. But basically, the main question is, what makes a good Call of Duty player? And like I said, I'll be doing a follow-up video on how you can become a better player. And there's a lot of different viewpoints on this, guys, but this is what I think really makes you skillful at the game, with skillful being the key word there. Sadly, a large amount of people, and this is more lately with the more recent games, have come to the conclusion that having good stats, really determines the quality of a player. And I couldn't disagree more with this. Stats are really cool, guys. It's nice how games have really become more technologically savvy. I mean, it's really revolutionized, since way back in the day. You can keep track of all those type of things, for your own personal, like, biofeedback. But I pray, I'm just like praying to God that you don't fall prey to them. Stats are nice to look at, their thing, but that's not what the game's about. Let me tell you this, it's how I think about it. No matter how great your kill-death ratio is, or your win-loss, or, whatever you're looking at, when you get into a real game against real players, who are decent, your stats are not going to give you any type of tactical advantage. You will not get superpowers. I know you may, be complaining on, you think you're better than everyone. These guys are scrubs. You have better stats. But really, I mean, in any game, anyone can have a bad game. Your stats are not going to, like, make you better. Nice triple there. 3 guys. What are you doing around that corner? But your stats, really, guys, it's not what makes a good player. And a lot of the times I think people fall prey to this is they look at someone's stats and they're like, wow, this guy has like a 2+ KD, he must be really good. And to a point, he probably is. He probably is better than average. I don't think bad players would really keep a 2+ KD no matter how hard you camp. But the thing you have to look at more is you have to know how to break down stats, how to really look at them, like, insightfully. And what you want to look at is not just like his kill death, but if he's playing objective base modes, like, how many captures does he have in domination? Is he actually going for the flag, or is he one of those people that lets his teammates do that and he tries to sit back and get a good kill death ratio? If he's playing team deathmatch, what's his score per minute? Is he scoring a lot every game, or is he one of those guys that goes like 7-1? He doesn't really get a lot of kills, but he makes sure that he has a really good kill death ratio. So that's what you got to more look at, is his score. Good players score a lot of points very fastly because they play aggressive. And obviously, playing aggressive, you're not going to hold as good of a KD as someone who's camping or playing very conservative. So don't fall prey to, if a guy has a good KD, well, look at his other things, really think about it, break it down insightfully. Is this guy playing cautious, or is this guy actually good? He is playing the objectives, he's pushing, he's getting a lot of score per game. He's not just worried about what his KD is, he's not sitting back. And that's what I really think makes a good Call of Duty player. So really, guys, it's great to have a high KD and try and go for your high kill streaks, but if you have to resort to playing conservatively and laid back, you're really doing yourself a disservice, because I guess you can get better at camping. That's probably not something anybody wants to get better at, but you're really just doing yourself a disservice, because you're not going to improve yourself by doing that. You're not really going to become more skillful at the game, in real life game situations, where you can't do that. That's when skill comes into play, because Call of Duty, guys, it's a high adrenaline, fast paced, You know, it relies on quick twitch reflexes, and that's what Call of Duty is. Whether you want to agree with me or not, that's what it is. You can go listen to their developers. They made this game, especially Modern Warfare 3, to be close-quartered, high octane. You know, it's fast-paced, really focused on gun-on-gun gameplay. It's not supposed to be played slow. It's a fast-paced game, and the shitty spawns really even help this even more in this thing. And I agree, the spawns are crap. It is something they need to fix. But at times it's actually, I kind of like it, because it makes you constantly have to move around. You're always on the, you know, you're on the lookout. You got to constantly be aware of your minimap, guessing where the enemy's going to spawn. You can't spawn trap people. Anybody can do good in a spawn trap because it's a spawn trap. You know, you're just watching a doorway waiting for them to come out. You know, that's why I really like Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirmed. It's fast-paced. Spawns are always changing. You got to always be running around, you know, consciously aware of what's going on. And, you know, that's what I really think makes a good player. And one of my friends the other day, somebody I've known personally for a long time, one of my favorite players to play with, he was saying, you know, he was like, hey, go get this guy. And I was like, you go get him. And he's like, well, I'm trying to get, you know, a good KD. I was like, please don't become one of those players, man. You're one of my favorite people to play with because he plays relentless, he's aggressive, he plays the objective, he's always on the offensive. You know, he's never sitting back trying to, you know, worried about his stats, but he still manages like a 1.9. And, you know, really, guys, that's what I want you guys to focus on. It's not what your stats are. Yeah, stats are great, but play aggressive and look to, like, improve yourself. You know, camping is great, but it's not going to make you a better player.